today's topic is mental health. I'm probably going to title the video something along the lines of mental health is number one or mental health is always first. But as it stands, mental health is probably the biggest contributing factor to depression in young adults and more specifically college students. Most college students don't want to admit that they're depressed because they feel like maybe other students around them aren't to the level they are or aren't at all. I feel like a lot of students my age don't really realize that there's actually more students that are depressed than not. More students with mental health issues than not. I'd say like the first step towards improving your mental health is you should really sign up to talk to a therapist. Now, therapy is something that, people can sometimes look down on, right? It's like, wow, you need another person to talk to. You need to pay this other person in order to get help towards something that, is just in your head, right? But it's not really that. It's more of it's just nice to have someone to talk to, and them being a professional only helps you out as well. They know what they're talking about, and a lot of them do care about you. Some people will say, these therapists, they don't really care the outcome of the session because they're making money off of you paying for their sessions, so they might even want the sessions to not go so well that you come back. But the truth is that a lot of these therapists are actually, they do it because they really care about people and they want to make sure that their mental health is okay. More recently, during this school quarter for me, my mental health, it was okay, but it started declining near the end. And that's usually the case for every quarter, just because after midterms, I usually get really demotivated and I don't have much energy to push through and finish off the quarter. Also, it's spring quarter. It's my last quarter of the year, and so the quarters prior, winter and fall, they also kind of took a toll on my mental as well. Just being in school for a long time eventually drains you, right? It's very natural for this to happen. At this point, I have 2 weeks of school left, and I really just want to go home. But I know I can make it through these 2 weeks. I just have to, you know, take it easy on myself, but also have the right mentality approaching finals week, because finals are pretty important and they're a large portion of my grade, right? Um, Another reason why I'm bringing this topic up is because my parents always stress mental health, and I'm so fortunate to have parents that really put a lot of weight on mental health because they know how important it is. There's also other students around me I know that their parents don't really see it as an issue, right? They're like, "Oh, mental health, what's that?" Like, I never had to deal with that when I was a kid, right? So why should my kids have to deal with that? And they just don't understand. Like, they don't understand that it really is an important issue, and you can't just ignore it. It's not going to go away on its own. So, for all the students out there who, their parents don't really support mental health, um, I'm sorry about that. And it does suck. It must be pretty hard to, have to deal with it when, you don't have people around you supporting you as you're trying to deal with it, right? But a lot of other students are dealing with the same issue, and I'm sure there's other people around that will support you if not for your parents. So that's all I really had on the top of my mind. I'd say if your mental isn't good, then usually it's very, very hard to get anything productive done throughout the day, really. When on my most depressed, like depressive days, or depressive, you know during my biggest slumps, I barely got any work done, school related, or anything. I didn't even do anything really, like even non-academically related. I didn't really want to hang out with other people, or even do some extracurricular activities like exercising or playing some games like basketball, or rock climbing or something like that. Um, and when you're feeling down and stuff, and you have the pressure of school, it's also important to you know realize that not every day you have to be productive, right? Most people fall into the trap of taking a day off, and they'll feel guilty about it because they're like, I could have been productive today. I don't, and why wasn't I? But sometimes it's good to just take a day off, right? There's nothing wrong with that. Us humans need rest, just like when you exercise and you know put in a lot of effort. You need those rest days to build your muscle back up, right? Um, Life is always a balance. You need a good amount of rest, and you need a good amount of work too. You need equal amounts of both. So yeah, take it easy on yourselves, and that's all I have for today.